Hello everybody and welcome back to Subsistenites Central Server. It's been a little while since I made a video, and that's because we've had a few problems. Don't know why, but for some reason the server decided to reset itself and started us off on a new game. Now that did actually coincide with the time where we were considering doing a reset anyway, because everybody was at their end game, but the server had other ideas. So here we are on a new playthrough. Unfortunately, I am also experiencing connection problems, problems trying to connect to the server in the first place. Don't know what the problem is, but I'm fairly certain it's the hosts. The connection keeps getting refused and times out. So on this playthrough we're already fairly well into the game, and what I hope to show you, first of all I'll show you my base, which this is the valley down here, and I've decided to build on Dry Mountain. And the reason I decided to build on Dry Mountain is because I've never done it before. It's a bit of a challenge. It's a challenge because there's no water up here. You can run across to the snow line over there, or you can run down to the pond all the way down there in the valley, but that's a little bit annoying. So what I've done is I've set up a drill here, which is currently still on water. I have got a fair few bottles now, 113 bottles and some on me, so the pressure is off. Obviously in the winter we don't really have that problem, because in the winter I can just go into my little courtyard. But before we get to that, let me just give you a quick tour. So this is my side door that I came in actually. Here you can see that's at the top grub tree above Stifler Lake, and over there is the cougar spawn that spawns in the rocks. There's like a rock outcrop over there, and the cougar spawns there. So this whole area is a lock crate spawn area, and I'm sometimes been lucky enough that one actually spawned right next to the base. So I've put some you might call castellations around the outside here. Had to kind of circle this one to be slightly lower than that one. But they are exactly one foundation width outside of the main base. And the idea behind it is, obviously it gives me something to fight from, shoot behind, etc. But the main idea is that if they're going to throw Molotovs and grenades and things, they're going to hit this and not the base. That was the plan anyway. So, let me give you a very quick tour. Interestingly, this step here does not cause a problem. Go straight in without a problem. But I did try moving the doorway over to here, where there is less of a step, and for some reason that is a problem. It won't let me just walk in, it stops me, and then I have to move forward again, which is somewhat weird. Anyhow, using a similar idea to before, I've got a half block gap, for lack of a better word there, and I've buried the generators and storage crates and that sort of thing into the wall. Also behind that wall I have my power and mass storage. There's not a lot of room, but I don't really need a lot. So we have the usual setup. Lots of solar panels and wind turbines, only 2,200 at the moment. Electrical components are a little bit hard to find again. I've just got enough to make a oven, which is the next thing on my list. Anyway, so this is just a runaround section here. My bed is there, allows me to defend from within here should I need to, and my workbench. And then out here is my little courtyard, and even though it's covered, we do still get a bit of snow in here on the grassy bits, so I can fill up my water in the winter from here. A couple of animal housings, and that's the same drill that you saw inside. I just put it halfway through so I don't have to keep going outside to access it, and that's that. Now, interestingly, this small area here seems to be big enough for a moose. I'll show you a picture of what I came home to find. Yeah, as you can see, a moose spawned in my little courtyard, and he couldn't move. He was so big compared to it that he couldn't move, so I was able to just shoot him. Very simple. Wish that would happen more often. So on the roof, the usual wind turbines. They're all upgraded fully, and then a few solar panels. I need to work on more, but upgraded to the first stage because I haven't yet been down to the caves. And then over here, just 3 plant beds. Got a little bit of cotton coming in that one, and the rest is all tomatoes. And I didn't continue the railing on all the way round because it can interfere with the plant beds. I'm not quite sure why. I think the game just sees it as an object, the same as it sees this lip here. It sees it as an object and therefore detracts from the amount of light that you can get. You can see we're in full sunlight at the moment and we're only getting 40% light. 40% light. 40% light. So, well, you could argue it's a little cloudy, but I don't think that's anything to do with it. It just seems completely random as to how much light they think they're getting. So that's the base. Now, to save me running around the entire map, what I'm going to do is to switch to my admin camera mode, like that, and I'm just going to give you a very quick tour, show you a few of the sites on the server. The players have done a really good job at their base building. Kind of puts mine to shame, really, but let me start off. We'll fly down into the valley. So here's the valley pond, you'll all recognise, and looks like we've got some rogues over there. And this is Kate's base, her little fishing hut there. She's getting really good at designing these bases now. Everyone is different, and they're all fantastic. So she's built up against this rock, initially just a hut, and then she's built out. And she's got a little post box there for anybody who wants to give her some gifts. So yeah, you can see a little courtyard area for the chickens to roam, and if we fly through the window, she's got her kitchen and the worktop, very nice, and some floating boxes. I expect she's working on that. So very nice, and a nice bush growing in her bedroom. Okay, so that's Kate's base, and if we come out of Kate's base over this direction, you can see Bouncy's base here, almost a mansion. Very, very nice. So she's got the same idea of the outer wall. Hers is not castellated, but a very nice design. Little veranda at the front with grow beds on it, and you can see she's currently in there working away. And every base she builds, every base we all build, slightly different, and coming up with new ideas and ways of doing things. So she's got all her storage in there, and then down through the ladder hatch. Oops, I can get down. Yeah, it's not going to let me down there. There we go. So in the basement here she's got her animals, and looks like she's just caught herself a rabbit. And this bit here is her kitchen. She's been working hard on making a fitted kitchen, which I think she's done a really good job sinking the cooker down and then giving herself a little worktop. So very, very clever ideas. The bedroom's upstairs through this ladder hatch, and she's obviously still building, still working on that. So very, very clever. Anyhow, if we come out of her base, get the right direction, you can see This is Delta, and they're hogging all the builder crates by the look of it. So she's very, very close to Delta. Incidentally, I believe she did start to build her base before Delta spawned in, so that's unusual to have them spawn so close to a player base. But it's very handy for weapons parts. So that's kind of cool. So if we fly up to the north, as we come up towards the beach area, here you can see Main Grub as his base on this rock, and a massive great ladder to get to it, and a switchback on this side. And he's not long been in the game, so he's done really well to get all this stuff together so quickly. And there we go, fairly straightforward, simple base. And then we have Ronky's base on what's been nicknamed Ronky's Rock here. So he's got his animal housing out in the open, and a floodlight so he can see it in the dark. And he's deliberately not had dangly legs, I noticed. He has built all the way down to the bottom. Very nice. Much prefer to see that. Not awfully keen on the dangly legs. But he's made a very nice job. A nice sun lounge here, and glass frontage. And I can't get in because he's got windows everywhere, but you can see from there his little kitchen area and workbench. Doing very, very well. Over here, I'm not terribly sure whose base this is, but this is a good example of a floating base. I think this might be Dave's base here. He was on the server earlier. A little bit haphazard at the moment. It'll take him some time to get everything organised. And yes, he has dangly legs. Dave, stop dangling your legs. And for some strange reason, we have a BCU extender in the middle of the water. So that's to feed his drill, which obviously has to go on ground. That's an interesting way of doing it. Now, over here, on this little peninsula, we have, I believe, Alpha? Yeah, that's Alpha. Spawned in on the peninsula, and right across the water is Charlie. So here's the fortress, fully built, everybody wandering around. And I did actually come pearl diving the other day and try to clear the map, and I swam up to here, and they all aggroed on me and decided to start shooting me. So that was a bit of fun. And then as we go further up to the north, and yes, everybody's built in the north, we have a little base here, not sure whose that one is. Don't know. Might be Cajun, perhaps. This one here used to be Amtru's base, but he's since moved in with the girls, and they're all in this mansion of a place over here. As you can see, they've been busy. Very interesting design. I believe Jeannie said that she was going to go up one more level. It's kind of her imagination into that one, but no sign of that yet. So maybe they've decided that that ground floor is enough. Anyway, very nice design. I do like these stairs going recessed into the into the building itself with the railings. I think, especially with the roof over the top, I think that looks very, very good. Almost like a condo, kind of like apartment buildings joined together with one stairway. Very neat, very clever. And that's about it for the North Lake. Selena, when she came on the server, initially built her base, or a temporary base, on the South Lake. But she has subsequently decided she's going to get in with the girls, so she's moved in with Jeannie now. This, I believe, is Bravo, or no, it might actually be Delta. Not sure. Could even be, no, because Alpha's on the peninsula and they're without the workbench. They haven't got a workbench either. So I suspect actually that might be Delta. And that's pretty much it for the server. I'll just quickly fly down to the South Lake, and you can see there's Happy Mountain here. It's a lovely place for a base, grub tree, etc. There is a lock crate spawn over near Twin Rocks over there, and another one in the forest to the south, but no direct lock crate spawn on that one. And of course you have the same problem with water. You can't even go to the snow line really, that's too far away, so you'd have to go down the valley pond, or perhaps to the south pond, which is over there, or the South Lake over here. So it's quite a trek to get water from Happy Mountain. So this is Selena's original base. She's currently leaving it open for anybody who wants to can use it. Kind of convenient place for a fishing hut really. But that's about it. Nobody else has built in the south this time. I think the first playthrough we did before the server decided to reset itself, pretty much everybody built in the south, so this time everybody's gone for a bit of a change. And back to my mansion on the top of the hill here. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that little tour. Sorry it's a bit shorter than it might normally be, but I thought I'd give you an update so that you could see how things are going and what we're up to. And that's pretty much what we're up to. The usual running about, raiding hunter bases. We're just getting to the stage now where we can get down the caves. I've just built my diving gear. I believe Jeannie's got one as well. So that's going to be something we'll be doing next to get some crystal. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.